And we're joined by creative Nhvada. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
it's, it's been we've been holding in.
That was a hell. It's like, how we been? Ooh, shit, we here.
We here, okay. So I asked this to all of my guests. How have you been navigating through this pandemic?
I've been good. I'm working, so that's all I can really ask for. I know a lot of people are out of work right now, so I'm grateful.
Okay. Can you tell the audience, because the audience may not know, where you from and how where you been from, like, influenced your work?
Yeah, I'm a Atlanta native, born and raised in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
I love my city. I like to think my city is the best city. But Atlanta, if people are not aware, Atlanta is known for its Black excellence. So throughout my whole life, historians and just strong Black people have always been involved into me from birth. So right now, you get a little bit of mix of queerness and also just always Black empowerment. So that's where I get my inspiration from.
All right, that's what's up.
Very good. So for those who may not follow you yet, can you tell us what it is that you? Because I know, because I'm an artist too, and so when people call us creatives, it's kind of like this, broad stroke, and it doesn't really specify what it is that we do. So do you sing? Do you model? Are you a painter? What do you do?
Absolutely. I'm so glad you asked that question. I always like to correct people when they use the term influencer. Because I just think that just takes away from the creative process of how much a creative does when you just place the title influencer. But I always like to say a creative or artist. But what I do specifically is activism work and just my twist and my creative way of presenting it. So my whole goal has always been representation regarding queer Black boys or just a strong Black man or whatever you can think of. I've always been trying to push the levels and my creativity level regarding that. But right now, I just got into the game a year ago. I'm really, really fresh into it. This year, I will be going in a different direction as far as my creative processing. So a lot more visuals than just pictures. But I do it all. I don't put limitations on myself. I can give you a model look if you're looking for it. I can give you some dance and I can give you some singing. I went to school for performing arts in high school. So I like to think that I can do it all.
Very good. What school did you go to in Atlanta?
I went to Darren High School, and
awesome.
we used to, So if anyone's listening, Darren High School is around the Cascade area. But I always have been intrigued within the theater standpoint. So in high school, I used to always do Shakespeare, and every year they will bring the teams from the tavern, and they would set up plays in our schools, and I used to always do that. So, and the choir too.
Dope. So, what do you have working on? What do you have working like right now? I know you said you're going to be moving your brand in a different direction for either the next quarter or 2021. But what direction are you moving in? Are you trying to be more of a brand influencer since you're modeling more now, or you'll be working on new music with your visuals, or like what can we expect? Like, I want the tea. Like, so, I want to know what's going on.
I'm going to give it to you. So last year, I did something a little more out of the box. I wanted to do something a little more sexual, you know? I just turned 20 this year. And I went through like a real hard point regarding my brand because I felt like I was being too Disney or being too cookie cut. Because I have a lot of young Black boys that look to me, and I don't like to think I'm like the role model or the standard, but I know social media, you always put your best out. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I felt like I was putting so much good out that people were looking at me as like, oh, he doesn't do anything wrong, or oh, you know what I mean?
You felt you were too clean.
So yeah, I was raised, and I'm not like that at all. I'm from the hood. I'm from the south side of Atlanta. Like I'm rough around the edges. However, I don't let my circumstances define where I'm going to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as a brand, you also want to target a particular audience, and you also want to be marketable too. I know not to just be absolutely crazy. You know what I mean? But you also want to be authentic to yourself.
Right.
So last year I did a pussy stunt, and I did a tribute towards two creatives, Milan Christopher and Nikita Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And I always like to say, no matter how you feel about these individuals personally, you can't deny the impact they've made within the community.
Right.
And they exude sexuality to me. So I did that as just a way of like letting people know, like, hey, I'm getting older. Don't look at me to always be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
But this year, I'm super excited because I've been inspired by some really great musicians. You may not be familiar, but it's this really young artist. He's from the UK. His name is Nhvada, and what his aesthetic is really like punk rock and just really, really out there, really rebellious. And although it's in the UK, I always like to look for inspirations outside of, just what we see on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
But this year, I definitely want to do something a little more crazy, very much Rico Nasty type of setup vibe.
Ooh, I like that.
And yeah, and also a little mix of Project Hall. So this is going to be really interesting because I am joining a dance class. This dance studio in Atlanta, 411 Studios. I would be, they're only doing virtual right now. So I don't really want to do that. I want to do it in person, but I'm going to be doing a visual, and it's going to be some dances in there, and that's going to be the tribute to Mr. Taj Hall.
Okay. So, you recently disclosed to your followers that you are bisexual, and on a blog you also said, huh?
No, I'm sorry. Yes.
Oh, that you I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. That it's more acceptable for a woman to be bisexual than to have a man. Now, you said this a few years ago, but do you see a slight change in that? Because we do see, I feel like there's a change, but someone in that perspective of someone that's bisexual, how do you feel?
Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree. I have seen a slight change within the dynamic of the community and how we accept each other. But there is still so much to, we still have so far to go. When I said that, I was regarding a mainstream bisexual.
Right.
I don't think we have, I still don't think we have come across a Black man who identifies as bisexual and is respected within whatever industry he's in, and doesn't get questioned and doesn't get scrutinized or doesn't get, you know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like
I think Taylor Bennett's the closest we have right now as an openly bisexual male that's at least mainstream adjacent, kind of.
Right. And it's, I always like to say I'm more than my sexuality, and I'm sticking to that. However, my sexuality does play a huge part in my life. The only person I can really think of that has been able to tap into an audience in a field that I think is really hard to get into is the one and only Taj Hall. However, he identifies as gay. But
Tyler, the Creator, exists.
Say it again?
Tyler, the Creator. Well, he did come out as fluid.
Grammy award-winning Black gay rapper.
Guys, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Because I love Tyler, the Creator. I love him, but I don't... I mean, if he is bisexual, then most definitely it's Tyler, the Creator then, because that album was everything. And I do recall him, but see, Tyler played too much.
Yeah, it wasn't.
You don't know if you take him seriously.
It
wasn't
exclusively confirmed. Yeah.
I would learn how to find the truth between the. Okay.
Well, look. I mean, hey,
a lot of the hate to burst people's bubble because I'm self-identified as bisexual, black male as well, but working in the industry, you learn that there are a lot of bisexual and or gay black male rappers, singers, actors. And when you grow up doing musical theater or when you're, in the creative arts, like I think you kind of have a spirit that's a little more free than people who are more hard-lined and, so we're able to explore ourselves. It's required as a creative for you to actually know yourself and to be vulnerable in many different spaces, spiritually, sexually, physically, all those things. And so as you get older and you try to navigate, how do I move this? How do I use this vehicle and all that I am to get where I'm going? When you get to Hollywood, you're really, everything is an audition. Everything is casting, everything. And when you're a new artist, trust me, when the labels are looking at you, they're thinking about who you're replacing. They're thinking about, they remind me of this person from this period. That could sell right now. And we can make them look like this. And, this is the audience. But that's what they're thinking. And so if you're black and you're gay and you love hip hop, if they think you have a look that can sell, if you have talent, the first thing they're going to tell you is, listen, so we're gonna have to capture this young audience first, and then because you're in the hip hop scene, we got to make sure the thugs are bumping you in the streets if you want to sell your records, and that means that you got to have the bitches and the hoes, and you got to talk about the drugs and blah blah blah, because that's when it becomes casting for what's gonna sell.
Yeah,
and then you start, you have to realize that your brand, precedes your actual being, and a lot of the artists that we do have today. I think that there's a little bit of an opening for people to be more honest about themselves, but people are scared to risk their livelihoods. Like, can you? I don't want to put it on anybody, but you can't imagine a Drake coming out today and expecting his fan base to support it, or a
Drake where he's at now. Probably.
Well, no, I just don't see it because the girls would be disappointed.
What was you gonna say?
And the boys would probably be like, I can't fuck with that.
Okay.
I don't know. See, I don't know, because Drake has a huge impact within the hip hop community. You know what I mean? Okay. So I like to think if Drake was to come out as bisexual,
he'd change it.
Regardless of people, he will. You know how for Godfrey
Ocean exists.
Just as as a marketing scheme, because you know how much bank Drake will bring in if he was to decide to come out as someone other than a cis straight man. You know how much avenues and how much, because I think that's where Nicki beat all the other rap, because she was able to tap into something else that was a little more different and a little more alternative.
Yes.
But as a man influence, we haven't seen that yet. I mean, other than what Lil Nas.
And I don't even think that's a real thing. I mean, I know he's gay, but I just feel like his aesthetic and everything.
We're talking about, we're talking about Drake here. We're talking about Drake. If Drake was to come out as bisexual, no matter, if he's lying or not, that would be such a great thing. I think it would normalize a lot of things. I think it would allow straight men to just be comfortable within themselves and experiment more, or just because Drake he's made impact. His impact is there.
People will follow after him, and I think that's
and I think females, and I mean, as a bisexual, I say this all the time. You would think females would. Now this is interesting because it also seriously, because it also plays on race. You can't take race. You can't talk about bisexuality and how female acts without including race, because our culture has implanted so many things on sexuality. So a black woman versus a white woman, the open-mindedness, it can vary. But I'm not going to say black women are not open-minded to dating bisexual men, because I've dated black women who have been open and accepted me for who I am and don't care. But
Our culture overall as
I
black
think
people
if
is
Drake,
more conservative when it comes
yeah,
to
I
sexuality.
definitely think he would that would be something amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no matter if he's in it for the wrong reasons, I think he would do more good than negative if he was hypothetically to come out as bisexual or anything.
Well, we'll see because
But
there are
even if he
stories
doesn't,
about
he
him.
can work with them. That would make more impact. Like instead of him, you know, I mean, I don't, like I said, I didn't want to put that on him, you know.
Yeah.
And all, by the way, this is all hypothetical,
I mean, yeah,
guys.
All alleged. We gotta say alleged.
I'm not suggesting that Drake is bisexual or anything like that.
Please, let's not shut down this
all
show.
I'm saying,
not
right?
that at all.
All I'm saying is that someone with of that magnitude, you know, has the opportunity to open the door for those who are, you know, openly gay or bisexual. Because there are a lot of really, really dope rappers like God is Mikey, Cakes the Killer, Ken, like. There's so many different artists out right.
I love him.
Me too. Oh my God. So, but I think that the time is coming, and even Lil Nas X. Even though I have my own reservations about how they're kind of like utilizing his
because they don't know what
sexuality.
To do. I feel like they don't know what to do because this is. I'm not saying that he's like another Nicki, where in the sense of this hasn't been done before in a long time, and what are we going to do? How are we going to market him? I think that's what they're struggling with because Lil Nas X just has not found his.
Yeah, he's like in a
like what are you country?
Kind of
are you
right
rap?
Now,
are you what are pop? Like what is this? So I think they have to figure that out first.
Yeah,
I would love if he can snatch a collab with Drake. That would definitely do something for him for sure. No matter if Drake came out or not, I think him co-signing Lil Nas. Lil Nas will be able to appeal.
Well, I mean, the baby worked with Lil Nas.
Lil Nas almost has a
Nas worked with Lil Nas.
He don't need no co-sign on nobody.
No, this is what it is. I think it's the lyrics. If Lil Nas was to do a collab with some of these rappers and he makes lyrics targeting for it, you know, speaking about his, because you know, I catch from his lyrics where he's saying he's referring to his lovers as females, and I understand that because you still got to make your coin. You got to understand, you know what I mean. But if he was to say like in a song like, yeah, me and my boyfriend doing this and that, and then Drake is on a song with it,
it wouldn't have worked. Well, I mean, it would be something different, but like I don't think they would do that.
We'll see. I'll never, at this point, consider where the world is right now. We got Trump as president. This man is coughing and hacking in interviews right now, talking about debates and stuff. So, I mean, I think anything is possible at this point. But I think the time is coming, and I think with artists like you who are vocal about it, I think, you know, as we keep, you know, pushing the line and keep touting visibility, because I always say that visibility is key, because the more people see it, the more comfortable they come with it. Yeah. And you know, it's going to be resistance. There's nothing that's happened or changed or revolved in the history of the world that didn't come with resistance. But change is coming. That's the only constant thing in the world is change. Yeah. And you know, I feel like creatives, especially Black queer people, we're the catalysts and we're the change agents that have always kind of pushed the envelope and made people see, you know, past black and white and see the world in full color. Yeah. So I'm hopeful for that.
Okay.
I'm hopeful for that.
I want to switch gears a little bit with the questions. So you're currently in college studying business?
I actually just stopped going to college this year.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, so this is my little break from college. I took this year off. I took this year off. College was not working for me. I went into college based on my parents' approval and what people wanted me to do around me. And this goes directly back into the whole cookie cut being Disney thing. I've never been the type to just exceed in school, but I'm not a dummy either. But I've never been the one to just get all A's and B's and just be the valedictorian and you know what I mean? Right. The closest I've gotten is what most improved student. You know what I mean? And when I went to college, I went to a community local college in Atlanta Metro. And I went into this college thinking like, okay, this is a local college. I should be able to just go in and just pass it because, you know, it's local and they're not going to hit me with no huge university type of assignment, you know?
Yeah.
And that was my ignorance. When I went into college, I seen that it is no different from like a university. They give you essays. You have to turn in your assignments. There is no excuses on why you haven't done your work. And these professors are very, very strict. And I went to college for what? I went to college straight out of high school. So 2018 and 2019, I was in college, and I was just there, and I met some incredible people. However, it's just I never even reached my major. With the I was doing like the little beginner classes. You know what they give the college kids, like the first year experience and like math and
it's freshman orientation, all that.
I was doing those classes, and I just wasn't connected. I felt like personally, this just was not what I supposed to have been doing. I have never been the type to just follow that traditional route of going to school, getting a job. I just knew I had no business being there. So this year, I decided to say, you know what? Who am I trying to please?
Right.
My name speaks for itself. My work speaks for itself. And going to college and not going to college does not make you smarter than the other person. And you just have to go through these things in your head when you're making this decision of not going to college as a young person. Because the first thing people ask now that I'm like working, oh, are you in school? And when you say like, oh, I'm not in school, it's like you could see the look on their face like, oh, okay, well, what are you doing? And it's like you gotta, I don't know. I just feel like college, the stigma behind it and not going, that's just something I'm dealing with now. But
okay.
I was in school when I did do that interview, and things come and go.
Oh, well, okay. Well, I mean, like I said before in previous shows, college isn't for everybody. I mean, even sometimes I look at myself because I am in college. It's like, hey, it's not for everybody, and I don't think people should be judged if they don't go. And I think nowadays college has been getting a negative connotation behind college. There's a lot of people that I talk to that don't go, and they say that hey, it's once you get out, like you're not guaranteed a job. And I've seen a lot of people, a lot of my friends that graduated very recently, they are sitting just vegetating. I'm like, child,
it's been that way for the past 20 years.
It is crazy. No,
college is a scam.
Now,
as a person holding a degree, huh? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Say what you said, Nhvada.
No, what happened?
Oh no, I was listening to you. I'll wait till you were done. What'd you say?
Yeah, no, I was just saying no, that definitely needs to change. If it's been like that for 20 years, something needs to change within the system. But if anyone that does graduate college, I commend them so much because it takes sacrifices. I mean,
child.
It takes discipline.
Oh my God.
That's what I mean. I think
that's what it is.
Out of everything I learned in college, and I love my alma mater. I love Grambling State University. I think that had I not gone to that particular school, I wouldn't have been able to accept and appreciate my being as a whole. Like if I had not gone to that school, and I don't think I'd be able to navigate through life as well as I have had I not gone to an HBCU or to Grambling specifically. But college is about discipline. I've always enjoyed learning. I'm a social learner. You can't even pay me to like sit down for an hour and a half and like read anymore because it's boring to me. You know what I mean? If it's not something I'm interested in. But I had to learn how to budget my time. I had to learn how to make the best of my relationships with people. I had to learn how to take information that I could retain and expound on it, how to communicate my ideas to people that could make it a reality. And I had to kind of focus myself in certain ways that would make me more polished than the next person that was sitting next to me, because I knew once I graduated, I'm going to be competing with you for a job. You know what I mean? Once I get out of here, they lift this gate, I got to go chase this bag so that I can survive, not just pay back this loan that we never gonna pay. But you know, and I think that is what college for me was like. But like maybe 5 years after graduating, I was like, baby, that was a scam. They done hustled me out of $80,000 because the market we have out here is like, well, everything is oversaturated. Most of the stuff that I want to do, I could have done without a degree. I could have literally learned it on YouTube and Google with a laptop and Wi-Fi. I could have got my college degree for $19 a month.
No, and I was telling you when I took that radio class a couple semesters ago, I was basically teaching the class. Like I'm like, what are you talking to me about podcasts? And I've been doing this shit for 3 years.
Right. So I think, you know, like if there's a lane for everyone. College is not for everybody.
It's not.
And I think that it's to be commended to you that you realize, hey, this isn't the lane for me. And that also speaks to your self-awareness as a person and saying, listen, I got to listen to me. I got to go and follow my own path because there are hundreds of thousands of people who probably are in your same position. Like, you know what? I really want to be doing X, Y, and Z because it's easy to you. When you operate in your gift, it creates space for you.
It's the parent. It's the parent. I would say it's most definitely people around you that have this expectation for you to do what they wish they would have done. Because when I went to college, I think I was the first in my family, out of my immediate family, to go to a college just in general. So with me being the first, it was pressure. Well, what they thought was going to be pressure, but I always did things on my own. I didn't go to college I went to college because they were putting pressure on me, but I also did it just because I wanted to get the experience for myself. I never just done things just strictly for someone else. I always wanted to go in with my own expectations and what I wanted to experience. I wouldn't take it back. However, I think as a parent or whoever you are, as a guardian, and you have a child that's having second thoughts about college, you should allow them to do whatever they choose to do once they graduate high school, and don't pin them to the cross if they, you know, choose to go outside the lines and don't go to college.
Okay. So yeah, definitely. So we're gonna go back a little bit. I had this question that I was gonna ask earlier. It was when you were in your senior year in high school and you and your friends wanted to start this. Y'all did this social experiment for gender equality. Now, and from them, that's when you essentially became into activism.
Can you know today? Yes.
Yeah. Can you tell me about that social experiment? Like, what did that entail? What did you guys do? Was this a school thing? Was this a y'all thing? Like you and your friends?
It was okay. When I was not on social media at the time. I was. I would honestly say it just came from my impulsive nature, being an Aries. Me and my friends, we always have just been creative collectively. So I was with my friends one day in class, and we was and I went to a really conformative type of school. It was a uniform school. There was really you really couldn't do too much, right?
Okay.
We had a transgender boy who, not a boy, but a transgender who came into our school. She was the first transgender that we ever had. And I went to a predominantly Black school, so I'm very cultured.
Okay.
But she was the first transgender that we had ever had in my school. And I remember it was her, and it was only one white girl at my school, right? And I had heard the news that the transgender, she had just started, and she went into the restroom, I believe. I don't know if it was the men's or females. However, a group of guys had jumped her at my school. And my school wasn't really that big, so the word got around that she had got into a fight. And I was just taken back from it, and I was like, no, this is not right. Like, why? No, absolutely not. Right. So I remember she used to always come to school wearing dresses, and she was so pretty, and she used to have her hair done. She would wear these dresses, and I'm like, she is sickening. So when I heard the news, I was with my friends, and we was already just discussing things on how, and we were just being rebellious. We just wanted to step outside the guidelines of school. we just wanted to do something rebellious because we were sick and tired of wearing uniform, being told what to do. And we was like, this shouldn't be, like, this is not how the real world cooperate. You're not setting us up for the real life. This is complete bull, right?
Mm-hmm.
We were discussing things on what we can do. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna come to school with a dress on. And matter of fact, I want all of us to dress like we all weird. Whatever you can think of, whatever weird comes in your head, I want you to dress like that tomorrow. And we was together, and my friends, we were just talking about it. We was like, yeah, we're going to do that, right? So it was like a week. We planned this for about a week now.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my close friends, she said, I have a dress at my house that I don't wear. I can give it to you on the day of at school. Because I knew I couldn't go home and put the dress on and leave out the house because my mom, she would look at me like I'm crazy.
Right.
So what we did was we met up in the bathroom once we got to school, and she passed me the dress. I changed out my clothes that I left out from home with, and I got into the dress. And basically, all my friends got into their attire, I like to say, and all the crazy outfits that they had thought of the night before. And we walked out that bathroom, and all I can remember is just teachers. It wasn't even the students; it was teachers. Adults looking at us like we were the most disgraceful thing on the earth. And I remember, my principal, she walked up to me and she was like, "What is this?" And I was like, "This is exactly what you mean. What is this? What does it look like?" And she was like, and surprisingly, she was open to it though. She didn't try to bash us about it, but I could tell that she did not like that we had done that. And I remember I got bashed so bad. A lot of kids, I heard so many rude comments about what I had on. I got called all types of slurs. It was bad. And I remember staying 10 toes down with it though. I was like, you know what? I think at that time, that Beyonce Formation song, I don't know, what was that? I don't know. I remember quoting that Beyonce Formation song, and she was like, what was the end of that song? Where she was like, it was some shit regarding your paper.
Okay.
Best revenge is your paper.
Yeah.
Always stay gracious.
Best revenge is your paper.
Always
stay gracious. Best revenge is your paper. No, you know you that bitch when you cause out this conversation.
Yeah.
That's what I quoted. Because I had the whole school in an uproar. I had people come to me saying, "Oh, we're gonna fight you at the end of the day." And I remember all the girls, but surprisingly, all the girls in my school, they were defending me. They was like, "Y'all need to sit down. Like, it is not that serious."
Yeah, that's what it boils down to.
Long story short, exactly. Black women are God's gift. Basically, I ended up posting it. Didn't think much of it. It got recognition from really big people that were into the activism world. And at that time, I was still battling with my sexuality. And I don't know why I didn't put two and two together, that gender equality falls right into the spectrum of, our community. And I just remember I got so much love on the internet from these individuals who were activists and who were young and who were Black, and they just supported me. And ever since then, I was just like, you know what? This is my calling, and I have the will to put myself out there. And if that's what it has to take for people to listen, then I will do that. I will be the one who puts myself out there and in the forefront and get scrutinized, and you know what I mean?
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah. So it was very.
I did want to ask. I wanted you to tell your whole story, but was the school that you went to, was it private? Because you said you had to wear uniforms and stuff.
No. See, you would think you would
right? Because I came from private school.
You would think the school would have been like a top-notch private school, and this was a public school. If anyone who lives in Atlanta knows DM Thurrow High School, this is DM Thurrow High School. is a public school, and the principal, she has a military background though.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was. So she grew up on discipline and looking cookie cut and having everything clean, this and that. And I just remember thinking, I was like, I felt like Matilda. If you ever watched Matilda, that's what I felt like going to school.
Yeah.
I felt like the oddball out, and I just kept doing things that aggravated her because I never wore uniform in school. Never. And I got suspended so many times for not doing it.
Yeah, but uniforms. I definitely have my opinion on that. I wore uniforms ever since I was in middle school all the way up into high school.
Really?
Yeah, I went to a private school, and they were very strict. It was very college. It was for college prep.
Was it fake? That's
the fakest shit ever. Because once you go to college, you wear anything you want. Niggas just going to class in pajamas.
I was so mad. So when I was in high school,
I don't know what that's about.
We went to uniforms I think my sophomore year.
Yeah.
Let me take this Tootsie Roll, blow pop out my mouth. So freshman we got to wear what we want. Sophomore year they introduced like uniforms, and I just was not having it. Like, I used to get in trouble too about the uniform because I would, instead of wearing like the little polo shirts, I would get like the button down shirts. And I would keep it unbuttoned, like almost all the way down to my belly button, and like this is just jazz mine up a little bit because it's like I want to be my own person. Like I feel like you're grooming me for jail if you're trying to make me look everybody else. Like we're not robots. I used to say that all the time. Like we're not robots. And
their whole reasoning for uniforms is essentially, so if you don't have
safety,
it's for safety. Everyone's wearing the same thing, so no one's gonna bully you. I'm like, child, please, child.
How you like? Right,
ain't stop none of my bully shit.
Right. Your pants too tight, your shoes dirty, your shoes cheap,
your shoes fake,
you're musty. That. Like you're not gonna stop. You're not gonna stop bullies from bullying people. Based on the way that people are dressed, you know what I mean? And it's just dumb. It's just dumb. Uniformity in America just sounds dumb. Like that's just not who.
Now in the workforce.
In the workforce, where?
The land of the free child.
I'm just saying it.
In what workforce?
Corporate America.
No, that's not true. In corporate America, the companies that bring in the most money, the higher you get, the more lax the dress code is. Like people who make millions of dollars, some billion-dollar CEOs come to work with flip-flops and fucking shorts on, okay? When you have a uniform, you are a factory worker. You're making below minimum wage. You're basically a robot. I didn't want to be groomed for that. You're not going to be grooming me to be making no boxes on no fucking factory line. Like, I'm not doing it. And that was my stance. Okay. I'm still surprised that I got senior class president, but I was very rebellious in high school. Anything that had to do with trying to make people uniform.
Every creative was.
I just couldn't do it. I could not do it.
It's in our nature. I couldn't do it either. I got suspended so many times.
Right. We're just naturally defiant. That's
all it is.
Yeah.
That's all it comes down to.
Naturally defiant. But yeah, well, it was so great for us to get opportunities to get a chance to learn a little bit more about you. Can you tell us where we can find you and where they can probably learn more about you, like your Instagram, Facebook, Twitter?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. All my social medias are at Nhvada. My Instagram has 2 V's, NHVBABA. All my Twitters are just with 1 V, so NHVABA. I hope I didn't confuse too many people out there.
Your information will be in this description.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got you.
Well, now that we got one of the hottest exclusive interviews out of the way, I think it's time for us to go ahead and jump onto the. Actually, no. We forgot to do our report.
Yes, because
I want to know what's going on. Oh, you want to know what's going on in my life? Nothing, child. I want to know what's going on in your life.
What's going on in my life?
Because usually during the week before the show, like we talk maybe 2 or 3 times, and I, see you pop out or whatever. I haven't seen you this week, which means that you've probably been up to something. So I want to know what's been going on, Darren. How are things?
Child, first of all, last week was my birthday. I went out. We went out to.
Oh, happy birthday!
Thank you. 23 is my Jordan year. We went to Hoboken. Well, we went bar hopping, actually. We went to a couple of bars. But after my cousin came, because she came mad late, we ended up going to New York.
Ooh.
And New York was closed by 2:00.
Well,
yeah, because of the pandemic. So we was just, but they had drinks.
That's just 2 hours off of when you want me to close at 4.
So we was drinking and riding around in Times Square, child. That was about it. I mean, I didn't do much. I mean,
be grateful. I still remember looking at 4 walls.
Oh.
in my room because we was in quarantine.
Yeah,
and
I
my birthday's in April.
Me too.
In April.
What day?
I just had a deja vu moment.
I'm in Aries.
I'm April the 4th.
I'm April 8th. See, I knew I liked him. See, I could feel it.
Oh, Aries, y'all all loud and.
Right. So yeah, same. My birthday was. I had a Zoom birthday party.
Oh, I remember that.
Weren't you there? Did you come on Zoom?
Was I?
I had a toast, birthday toast
there?
on Zoom.
Huh?
Right.
Weren't you there?
Weren't you there? My birthday party on Zoom. I had a Zoom birthday party.
Yeah, I think so because that's when we was all drinking on the
on the internet.
Oh my goodness.
I was.
That is cute.
3 sheets to the wind, child.
Well, happy belated birthday to you too.
Happy belated to you as well.
Yeah. I'm just trying to really think like what else was I? No, I wasn't doing nothing else but just the regular shit, like doing my homework, like hanging out with people. I went roller skating.
Where'd you go roller skating at?
There's this. It's in Newark. You know.
You went to Branchbrook?
Yeah.
I didn't even know they were open.
I went with Nick and his friends. They drove us there. Girl.
I didn't know they were open. Branchbrook Park is literally like
they're open
down the street from my house. And
damn, I could have called you.
You could have. Well, I wasn't here. I was in Louisiana.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, don't do me.
But yeah. Okay. Well, now that I know they're open, now I can go and skate.
Oh, now we can go and skate, child, because I haven't skated in years. I didn't fall one time either.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll push through.
Okay.
We push through. We trying to go ice skating later when it starts getting winter.
I haven't done that, so I love to see how that. Tell me how that goes.
I haven't been ice skating.
I can do the skating. I ain't doing the ice
skating.
I'm gonna fuck my ankles.
I think
up.
Ice skating is easier because I started off ice skating, and then when I went roller skating, you can't really like thrust the feet like real hard like you would in ice skating because you'll fall. Like you have to like almost glide when you're roller skating. It's a difference, but it's like it's kind of the same.
See, I liked inline skating. So I think inline and ice skating is more similar than roller skating. When I had to learn how to roller skate on like those 4 wheels, like the square, like a car on my feet, I didn't like it. Well, I mean, I've gotten used to it now, but I prefer inline any day because I'm a speed skater. I like to zoom.
Oh, we ain't skating then because look, I stay on the outer rim. Okay. I'm not on the inside chop.
I came to Newark. People be trying to be pretty. I'll be doing a little dance.
Yeah, they be doing dancing stuff. I'm like, bitches in roll bounce.
This is not right. This is not roll bounce. Get out of the way. Okay, I came to do my exercise.
It's a workout. No, it really is a workout.
Right. Well, my week was.
I believe you.
What week is this? When did I get back? Today is Friday, right?
Yeah, you finally came back.
I literally just got home on Tuesday. Yeah. I flew back in on Tuesday. But I don't know. My week wasn't. It's gone by so fast. I haven't really done anything. Like I got new furniture yesterday.
Oh, that's what's up.
But I haven't been able to organize because I had the show last night for the Newark Arts Festival.
Yep, you did that. Yeah,
I performed.
I've seen it.
It went well. You can find it. I'm gonna be posting clips of the performance on my Instagram probably later today. Okay. But it's on my Facebook. It was hosted by NJ Pack, their Jersey Fresh open mic, and it was really dope. I was nervous as hell trying not to curse because the music I performed, like I literally just recorded it last week.
Yeah,
and it's all like it's adult music. Right. So I'm just like, last night I was like, I think I said mother flipper, freak, F, jiggers.
You had to do the clean.
Yes.
Wow.
It was stressing me the hell out. Like watching the performance back last night, I was like, ooh, thank you, Lord. Because there was this one moment I was like, I'm about to call these people motherfuckers on this thing. I could feel it.
So is the music done?
The music is coming along, honey. I have to get track mastered this week before I send it off to.
Buddy, mastering audio is crazy. I just started doing it for the show.
I just give them the money. Here goes the tracks. Here's my money. It's due by the 14th, and that's it for me.
Now, for the listeners that don't know about audio editing, mastering is like it's piecing everything together to make it sound like one thing.
The final set.
Because when you're editing audio, it kind of
makes it radio ready. It makes it
radio ready.
Makes the quality. You heard that right? It makes it radio ready, honey, for all the listeners out there.
Okay,
the doll is coming. 2021 is a real thing.
We got some surprises coming up for the show.
What we do? Oh wait, you're right. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But yeah, that's been it. Really, just the performance yesterday. Getting my furniture. So now you can come over and you can actually sleep like on the couch and not the beanbag. because we have a new sleeper sofa that has a brand new
mattress.
mattress.
Me over, child.
You always ask that. You ask that every other show. Ooh. You know where I live. You know I barely work. I work 3 days a month. So I'm always there. If I'm not at home and I'm not, on the road, like, you are more than welcome to come over anytime you want.
Okay, so I'm gonna
let me know. I'll cook. We can get cocktails.
Okay.
All the things.
Yeah, because you got a little bar over there, child.
I do have a bar. I gotta order bar stools. Right, don't turn it down. And the next time I'm in Atlanta, I was in Atlanta last month. So next time I come down there, we gotta hang.
You came to my city.
I came.
Yes,
I did. I have family there. I used to live in Atlanta. I went to Ronald E. McNair and everything.
Oh, okay. Well, then you know all about it.
Atlanta is an interesting place. That was the birthplace of my musical journey.
No. You're going to have to come next year because I turn 21 next year.
Oh, that's when you'll be able to drink.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's go.
Yes.
We have a nice little party.
We was talking before the show started. I said, let's get a little TDGS tour bus because I don't do planes. But
you don't fly?
I don't fly.
Okay, Aretha
I
Franklin.
don't either. I'll
be taking that Amtrak. Hello?
My first plane this year. I can't do it.
You got on your first plane? You didn't like it?
Yeah. No.
You didn't like it?
It was just going. It was from Texas going back to Atlanta, and it wasn't even that long.
Oh, okay. Texas to Atlanta.
Nobody told me going through the clouds. They feel like you finna I don't like that.
And who'd you fly with?
Right there by the wings. I flied with.
Who you was right by the wings?
You gonna say Spirit?
Spirit will have you. Never mind.
I rode with Spirit. I was scared, but we made it.
Listen, I don't like it.
The first time I rode a plane, it was my senior in high school, and we were flying to Denver, Colorado. And that turbulence shook me because I couldn't even sleep. I expected to I'm gonna get on this plane and I'm just gonna go to sleep. That way, if it crashed, I will sleep. You know what I mean? I didn't want to see it. I wouldn't be no parts of it.
No, you didn't.
I did. That's what I said to myself. I'm going to bed. I'm going to sleep. I got on that plane. I could not sleep the entire trip. That plane started rattling, and I was just sitting there
not rattling.
Yeah, the turbulence. But after my second or third plane ride, I'm like, listen.
No.
I'm on this plane to get to my destination. God has me in his hands.
Yeah.
And, whatever happens. But I have to get
praying too.
Because I realized I have to remind myself what kind of future do I want? I want a future where I'm traveling to Europe and I'm traveling to Spain and I'm traveling to Russia and I'm traveling to China and Tokyo and all those places to perform and that's I have to remind myself all the time when I go on a plane. That's what I want. So I need to be comfortable. If I want my own private jet someday, I need to be comfortable being in the air. And I have to remind every time I go on a plane, relax.
I think I saw Flight. That's really what the issue is.
You didn't let Hollywood.
I haven't let that shit go. That plane was upside down. Ain't no way, no child. If that, ooh, girl.
What?
Oh, you ain't never seen Flight, so never mind. Let me not, because next time you got to go on a plane.
Right. Don't ruin it for the people.
I'm not ruining.
Creating no
not
phobias.
even that Final Destination. Had already
oh yeah, that had a good thing. I never seen that because I would never go on a plane again.
Oh yeah, don't watch that. It was so good though.
My childhood.
I would never go on a plane again.
It was a good movie.
I'm not watching it.
The way that it looped back to the child.
Don't even say it.
Darren, you gotta watch it. Yes, but yeah, that was a traumatic movie. I hate that they put that on people.
Traumatic.
But it was very traumatic.
I hate it, and they don't make movies like that no more. I see.
I'm good because we don't need kids growing up with nightmares about flying. We're a global community.
Because we already don't like kids on planes.
Not the same. Yeah.
Listen, I feel like every time I go on the plane, there's a child behind me. You see my Instagram post with the baby crying? Every time. Babies, please put they need to put in the presentation. Please put your cell phones and babies on vibrate because
not on vibrate.
Bitch, I came here to sleep.
I was sitting next to a child. He wanted because I wanted. This is the first time I flew. He wanted the window open. I'm like, nah. What? His father on the side, like, come on, you can open the window. I'm like, I'm not opening that goddamn. You want the window seat?
I'm like, I got the window seat. Y'all can sit your ass over there.
Look, I didn't even want the damn window seat, child.
Oh, you could have requested.
Did you switch?
Huh? Did I sleep? No.
Did you switch with the?
Oh yeah, I did. Eventually, I did. Well, no, actually, they moved to another seat because it was some spots freed up. I was like, thank God, move away from me, child. I do not like people.
Yeah, we don't.
But no, the whole thing of you going the first time and then the second time, I went to Orlando for the first time a couple years ago to, we went to Disney World and all that. We came back. It was turbulence was crazy. and I flew Delta to Minneapolis because we had the college media association.
Mm-hmm.
Child, we flew Delta in that little ass plane.
Airbus.
That damn Airbus. Not the Airbus. I thought, was this a private? It's a private jet. I cannot believe NJCU. What's going on?
Maybe this a charter.
Man, child. The first class, child. You could. I don't even think the door was the door for the damn cockpit. I'm like, I can see the damn pilot. Oh, this ghetto.
No.
Never again.
Oh no.
Speaking of flying, later we're gonna get into the show about the person that won the debate